Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Cull Obsidian from the Avengers. Let's get started in the center of our page with the bridge and the nose. So we start on the left side, we're going to draw a curve that goes up the middle and back down on the right side. Now from the left we're going to draw on the upper eyelid. We're going to curve up and then out towards the left. Go to the right side and do the same thing. We're going to curve up and then out. Now from here we're going to draw on the large brow. Starting from the left side, I'm going to curve out and up towards the top of the brow. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from here I want to curve in and then down, leaving a gap in the center. Curve across, pull that down to right about there. Step over towards the right, curve up, and then out towards the right. Now from the inside of this line, I want to curve down and out towards the inside of the eyelid. Both sides. Now I'm going to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. Starting from this point, I want to draw a half circle, curving down, across, and then in. Do the same thing on the right, curving down, across, and then up. We want to create a dark ring around the outside of the eye. So from the left, we're going to step in, curve down, we're going to taper down towards the bottom of the eye. Let's do the same thing on the right side. And then we'll fill the outside areas in black. Now we're going to continue working down with the nose. In the center, I'm going to draw a curve, coming down and up. Now from the left side, I'm going to curve out and across towards the left nostril. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now I just want to hook this in. On the left, we're going to curve up and then in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the nose in underneath that bridge. Starting from the left nostril, we're going to curve up and then in. Now we're going to add a wrinkle on the inside edge of each eye. Starting from the left side, we're going to curve down and out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move down and draw in the mouth. Starting from the left side, we're going to draw a curve going up the middle and back down on the right side. Let's add two large fangs. On the left, we're going to curve out and back in. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to taper this back down towards the mouth. So starting on the left, we're going to curve down and then in. Let's draw on the top edge of the mouth. From the bottom of the mouth, we're going to step up. We're going to draw another curve going across and then down. Let's add two small fangs on either side. So on the left, we're going to draw an upside down V, going up to the top of the mouth. Do the same thing on the right. Now let's fill the inside of the areas of the mouth in black. Directly underneath the mouth, we're going to draw a small curve from left to right for the lower lip. Now let's move back up to the nose. On the left nostril, just on top, we're going to curve out and then down, sort of aiming towards that fang. Let's add a little bit of texture to the brow. From the inside edge of the eye, we're going to step out, curve out, and then up about halfway. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to step out and draw a slightly shorter curve. Now we're going to move to the outside and draw on the side of the head. Starting from the side of the brow, I want to curve in and then pull that out towards the cheek. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Then from the cheek, we're going to draw a straight line aiming towards the fang. I'm going to stop just underneath the eye on both sides. Now we're going to work our way down towards the lower part of the jaw. From the cheek, we're going to step in, curve in, and then back out towards the jaw. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the jaw, I want to curve down and then in. And pull this in just underneath the bottom corner of the mouth. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving down and lining this up with the corner of the mouth. Now we're going to add two large tusks underneath the chin. Starting from the left side, I'm going to curve this up and then out. Do the same thing on the right side. And then from the top of the tusk, I'm going to curve in, round this out, and come down towards the chin. Let's close off the chin. We're going to connect these 2 points with a straight line going across. Now to finish off the tusk, we're going to take these 2 points and connect it with a curve, coming down and then back up. Now we're going to define the cheeks a little bit further. So from the end of this line, we're going to step out, curve out, and hook that back in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move up and draw the top of the head. Starting from the top of the brow on the left side, we're going to curve in and pull that up. Let's line this up on the right side and do the same thing. We're going to curve down and then out on top of the right brow. And now from the top of this line, I'm going to curve down and in towards the inside edge of the brow. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now from these 2 top points, we're going to curve up and in towards the center point. Starting on the left, we'll curve up and in, and we'll curve this back down on the right side. Now from the center, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down. We're going to go about halfway down. Now that we complete the head, let's work our way down the body. We're going to start with the sides of the body first. So from the jaw, I want to step in. We're going to curve down and then in towards the hip. Let's go to the right side, step in, curve down and in on the right side. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve, coming down the middle and then back up. We're going to step up and draw that same curve from left to right. Now we're going to draw a strap that goes across the body. We're going to start from the top of the body on the left. We're going to come down just up above the belt on the right side. Curve down, and I'm going to pull that across. Now from the bottom of the belt, we're going to draw that same curve, going out and then up towards the left. Let's add a center seam in the body. Starting from underneath the chin, draw a straight line coming down in behind the strap, and then we'll continue down towards the belt. Let's add a little bit of detail to the strap. Over on the left side, we're going to draw 2 angled lines side by side. We'll leave a larger gap, draw another set, and then one more time. And at the end, we're just going to draw a curve from top to bottom. Let's add a little bit more detail to the body. On top of the strap on the right, I'm going to curve up and then out towards the side of the body. Then from here, I'm just going to angle up and in behind the head. And now underneath the belt on the left side, I'm going to curve out and down towards the top of the belt on the left. Now over on the left hip, we're going to add a ring with a cloth that hangs down. So let's start on the left hip, curve around, and pull that in. It's almost like a half circle. Let's go to the inside and curve in the opposite direction towards the inside. Now I'm going to overlap these 2 points with 2 straight lines coming down. So on the left, we're going to step up, go straight down. On the inside, we'll do the same thing. Now let's close off the top and then the bottom with a straight line. From the top corners of this flap, I'm going to curl around and up towards the top. And then from the inside, we're going to go straight up towards the top and then out in an angle on the inside. Let's add some detail to this flap. Along the bottom, we're going to step up, draw a straight line going across. Now we're going to move up and draw 2 angled lines coming down and in. Now we're going to move to the center and draw that center flap. From the center, we're going to move over towards the left, draw a straight line coming down, go to the right, and draw that same length line. And then from here, we're going to angle down and in towards the center point. Down toward the middle, and back up on the right. We're going to trace this out on the inside. And then from that center point, we're going to draw a straight line going up underneath the belt. Let's add some detail. Now we're going to take this line and duplicate it just up above, 3 times on the left, and then 3 times on the right. Now we're going to draw on the inside of the leg. From that center point, we're going to move over towards the left, curve out and down towards the left heel, go to the right, curve out and down towards the right heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet. From the heel, I'm going to curve down, and up towards the toe on both sides. Now back on the left side, we're going to draw on the top of the foot. We're going to draw a half circle that goes up. Now we're going to aim towards the heel. We're going to stop right about there. Then we're going to angle up and in towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the toe, we'll curve up, curve down, aiming towards the heel, and we'll angle up and in. Let's thicken up the sole. Taking this curve, we're going to step up and just duplicate that. Now we're going to move up and draw on the side of the leg. We're going to start just on the side of this ring. We're going to curve out the leg, round out the leg, and pull that in towards the top of the foot. Now on the right side, we're going to start right from the hip, curve out, round out the leg, and then pull that in. Now we're going to add a little bit of detail to the legs. About halfway down the side of the leg, starting on the left side, we're going to curve down, in behind that flap, and then up on the inside. Do the same thing on the right. From the inside of the heel, we're going to take this line, step up, we're just going to duplicate that on both sides. Now let's go to the top of the boot cuff. Starting out here, we're going to curve down and then in towards the top of the foot. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving down and then in. Now from the right corner of this flap, we're going to step up, curve up, and then out towards the side of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the left side, curving up and out in behind the ring. Now let's move up and draw on the arms. We're going to start with that large shoulder armor over on the left side. So starting from the top of the body on the left, draw a straight line going across. We're going to curve out and then down towards the bottom. Now let's pull that in with a straight line back in behind the body. Let's trace this out on the inside. Stepping in, we'll curve out the side and pull this in towards the body. Now we're going to add some detail. Right on the inside, we're going to add a small rectangle. Starting with the top, come down the sides, and then we'll close off the bottom. Now along the top, we're going to draw two straight lines, just lined up with the bottom rectangle, and then we'll close off the top. Now we're going to tuck the left arm in underneath that shoulder armor. So we're going to start about halfway down the side of the body. So right here, we'll curve out and then down towards the wrist. From the wrist, let's draw on the thumb. We're going to draw a small half circle, curving in and then back out. And at the end of the thumb, we're going to add a bracket. Now let's add the fingers. Starting at the bottom curve of the thumb, curve down and up around that bracket. We'll step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now the third finger, we're going to start on the side here. We're going to curve out and aim towards that bottom corner of the shoulder armor. We're not going to go all the way. We're going to go up to right about there. Now from here, I'm going to curve in and down, aiming towards that center finger. But we're going to stop right there. Now we're going to do an overlap. From that tip, I'm going to step down, curve up, and in behind the shoulder armor. Let's add a strap going across the arm. Starting from the top of the arm on the outside, we're going to curve in and then down towards the inside of the arm. I'm going to step down, draw on the bottom of the strap. Now let's move over to the right side. We're going to line up the inside of the arm over on the right, curve out and down towards the wrist. Now we're going to add the thumb. We're going to draw a small half circle, and at the end of the thumb, we'll draw a bracket. Now let's add in the fingers. From the bottom of the thumb, we'll curve down and then up around the bracket, step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now we do the same thing we did on the left. Starting from the side of this finger, we're going to curve out, round this out, and just pull that up to the same height. Now I'm going to pull this in, aiming towards the center finger. We'll stop right about there. Now we're going to do that overlap. From that point, we're going to step down, round out the side of the arm, aiming towards the jaw, but we're going to stop right about here. Now from here, I just want to curve down and in with a short curve. And then from the top, we're going to step down, curve in and up towards the top of the body. Now the last thing we're going to do is add a little bit of texture to the outside of the arms. Starting at the top on the right, we're going to draw a half circle. Step down, we're going to aim this out. Come down. We're just going to repeat this in just random spots around the outside of the arm on both sides. Let's do the same thing over on the left side. Draw a couple on the inside and then along the horn And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Cull Obsidian from the Avengers. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.